Hello Channel Neat viewers, I am DS and welcome to Channel Neat. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. We are a psychology channel based in Singapore and we produce videos on psychological principles that you can apply to your everyday life. Go check out our other videos in our collection as well, and if you like what you are getting, do consider subscribing. That will really motivate us a lot. So psychology is the study of human behaviors, and human behaviors include a wide range of spectrum of behaviors. And of course, that includes sleep. And sleeping does take up a huge proportion of our time, doesn't it? So we're going to talk about sleeping today. Specifically, we will cover 4 questions on sleep. The first question is, how much sleep is considered acceptable? The second question that we will touch on today is, what if I do not get enough sleep? Or what if I get too much sleep? The third question that we will be talking about today is, what actually happens during our sleep? The fourth question that we will finally touch on is napping okay? Is napping okay? So let's get to the first question immediately. So what is considered an acceptable range of hours of sleep that an average adult should get? So I'm talking about average healthy adult over here. An average healthy adult is recommended to have at least 7 hours of sleep. So 7 to 9 hours is considered appropriate and acceptable and desirable. And who came up with this range of 7 to 9 hours? So this range of 7 to 9 hours is recommended by a foundation known as National Sleep Foundation, NSF. So what is this NSF, National Sleep Foundation, thing about? So they are actually made up of a group of experts from areas in psychiatry, psychology, medicine, pediatry, and doctors, researchers. So essentially, we can say that they are a group of experts on sleep. Well, there will always be a small group of people who will argue that, hey, let's say the life expectancy is 75 years old. If I'm going to sleep 8 hours a day, that means 1/3 of my time is going to be gone and contributed to sleeping. This means that I essentially sleep 25 years of my life away. This is too much time to be wasted. So there will always be a group of people who will argue that you should sleep less so that you can do more. However, the argument here is flawed because if you sleep less, your productivity will actually drop and decrease, so you can't do more. Also, if you sleep less, you won't probably live until 75 years old because sleep is actually related to longevity. So sleep is actually related to longevity, and of course it's related to brain health. So scientists and experts recommend 7 to 9 hours of sleep so that you will be having optimal performance. Do you get to have 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day? Comment below. How many hours of sleep do you have? So 7 to 9 hours of sleep is recommended and voted by experts from the NSF. What about children, toddlers and infants? I will be doing a standalone episode that will release on the same day on this topic, so go ahead and watch it if you are interested. Now let's answer the second question. What if I get too little or too much sleep? A lot of people will understand the concept of having too little sleep because this is a reality of modern life, right? But not really so. A lot of people choose to sacrifice sleep because they want to watch more drama serials. Some people have to sacrifice sleep because of children. Wow, cough. Some people have to sacrifice sleep because of children. Some people will sacrifice sleep because they want to play more games. And that includes teenagers, of course. Now you might ask, are there people who actually sleep too much? God meh? Yes, of course. Research has found that 2% of the population are actually long sleepers. This means that they can sleep up to 10 to 12 hours every day. Wow. Before you jump the gun and say that these people are so lucky, it's actually not a good thing to sleep too much. If you have 10 hours of sleep or more on a regular basis, it is not a good sign because excessive amount of sleep is linked to health hazards. There is a long list of health hazards related to sleeping too much. 3 of these health hazards associated with sleeping too much include obesity, diabetes, and depression. So in numerous controlled studies, it has been found that people who were made to sleep too much reported having increased fatigue, they are more irritable, they experience more lethargy, and they report having lower mood. they have slower reaction time, and they report poorer math performance. And of course, sleeping too much gives you more back pain and more sores. In other words, this tells us that sleeping too much or sleeping too little is not good for us. Now let's come to the third question of this video. What happens during our sleep? So scientists have done a lot of research on this and they know this answer very well. So how do they find out what happens during our sleep? So the scientists and psychologists get participants to participate in this kind of study. So participants come to this sleep laboratory where they will sleep. But before they sleep, they will have a lot of the EEG electrodes attached to their brain. These EEG electrodes can detect waves in our brain. So what did scientists find out about the sleep patterns that we human beings display during our sleep? Scientists found out that human beings go through 5 distinct phases during sleep. So the first 2 phases is what we call light sleep. So this is the feeling of drifting into sleep. Your muscles may relax, so sometimes you will feel as if you are falling into sleep. After that, you progress into stage 3 and stage 4 sleep, and that will be deep sleep. This is a time when you are really sleeping. After you go through stage 1 to stage 4 sleep, you will finally reach stage 5 sleep, which we call REM sleep, and that is your dream sleep. So REM stands for rapid eye movement, rapid eye motion. Why? Because when you are dreaming, your eyeballs are actually rolling very fast, like curling. So what this means is that if you see somebody who is sleeping and his eyeballs or her eyeballs are rolling very quickly, then he or she is dreaming as well. Some people claim that they never dream, they don't have dreams, but that is because they don't remember their dreams. Everyone dreams. And stage 1 to stage 5 sleeps last about 90 minutes. So this means that if you get to sleep 7.5 hours, you will go through 5 such cycles. Since a person who sleeps 7.5 hours will have gone through 5 cycles of such sleep, then he would have gone through 5 dreams, or he would have dreamt 5 times. We probably couldn't remember most of our dreams. We could have remembered the last dream that we dreamt of. Sometimes we could not even remember any dream at all. But the truth is, we all dream. So I'm going to talk about the significance of dreams in one of our later episodes, so do watch out for that. Finally, we're going to talk about napping. A lot of people might nap, or they might take what we call power nap. A power nap is a nap that lasts from 10 minutes to 30 minutes in the afternoon. So is it truly recommended? Yes. So if you are not getting the 7 to 9 hours of recommended sleep during night time, napping is a good way to compensate for that loss. Short naps have been known to increase alertness and to help in memory. However, people who take naps should always make sure that they sleep between only 10 to 30 minutes to prevent themselves from going into deep sleep. Remember, in the previous section we talked about our sleep cycle, going from 1, 2, 3, 4 to dream sleep. 3, 4 and dream sleep is considered deep sleep. And if you get into deep sleep during your nap time, it will disrupt with your sleeping time at night. And of course, it will also disrupt with your sleep quality. We hope you have learned something about sleep today. We will be releasing a few more sleep related episodes, and you can expect them to be released quite soon. If you are interested to know how much a child should sleep, go ahead and watch my other video that I have released on the same day. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in my next episode. Goodbye!